Let me bring in Sushmita Deb, TMC MP of the Rajya Sabha and national spokesperson of Trinamool Congress. Ms. Deb, really appreciate your time. Many would say women in public life have faced it. Many have called it out. You know, somebody like you have spoken about it extensively and on multiple platforms. Do you see now the judiciary perhaps drawing a line, a Lakshman Rekha, the much needed Lakshman Rekha with this judgment?
Yes, definitely. I think so. We've seen over the years how the definition of sexual harassment has also been broadened. You know, it's not just about touching somebody, but it has been extended to loose comments that, cross that border. So similarly, this High Court judgment comes as I think it's a paradigm shift where they are saying that hate speeches are not going to be restricted to, just communal speeches, or when one leader is talking derogatorily about the leader of another party, but they've gone a step further by saying it will also be hate speech if there are sexual innuendos, if it's a chauvinistic remark, because it actually condones a mindset. It condones a mindset. So I think it's a very good judgment.
Across party lines, Ms. Deb, women have been subjected to what is being seen as personal attacks, sexist language, and there is almost a normalization that we see. Some politicians have also used sexist language and which are seen as derogatory and making lewd comments against their political opponents as well, and particularly female opponents. As someone like you who has been in public life for a few decades now, do you see this almost like a fair game? Women in public life have to be prepared for these comments.
You see, what you said is extremely important, Maria. It's how it happens, and it tends to be normalized. Because it is a form of intimidation. It is not just a sexist comment because you're a woman and a man is passing it, but it's a form of mental and psychological intimidation of a woman in her workplace or even outside her workplace. And it happens all the time. It's not something that we need to get used to. On the contrary, it is something that needs to change for the men on that side. And we've been debating on this for ages, but judiciary definitely has an important role to play. And I can only hope that women call actions like that out. If you tend to take it, absorb it, you also normalize it. So it's very important to call out those men who feel that it's business as usual.
And why do you say that this will ensure some kind of paradigm shift if we are looking at mindset not changing, Ms. Deb? Because since times immemorial, be it in state assemblies or even in parliament, where women MPs have been called parkati, comments which were seen as essentially personal attacks, and they are faced about their relationships, family, personal life. Then why can this really ensure a paradigm shift unless there is a mind change, there is a mindset change?
No, nothing can change. Nothing can change unless the mindset changes. And that's work in progress. It's something that's not been achieved anywhere in the world. But when you get a judgment like this, it acts as a deterrent. It acts as a deterrent, and it gives women a opportunity to actually a bigger opportunity to women to actually bring in more behavior within the judiciary's watch, if you like. Because it's also about what's actionable and what's not. So by this judgment coming into play, a sexist comment made in public by a politician has been made actionable. And I think that should encourage more women to take to take recourse to justice. You see, you also have to make it easy for us women to say that I can go to court and I can actually prove this or prove that because the court has interpreted it in this way. Without this judgment, it's just left to it's left to interpretation. And I also feel, to answer your question, you can keep passing laws, but unless the mindset change, it can't change. But that doesn't mean that the judiciary should sit back. So you need a combination of both.
Okay, your final thought before I let you go. Women MPs, women leaders, women party presidents, all of them have faced misogyny, sexism at one stage or the other. Perhaps it takes the High Court to say it in no uncertain terms that people like him, a politician making a statement, must be taken very, very seriously and he should be held accountable. And now this is essentially hate speech. So that we keep saying that the boundary has increased of the hate speech.
Yes.
Much needed. But as a lawmaker, what is it that you can do in Parliament now?
See, in Parliament, I think, as you know, the law is brought by the people in power.
Yes.
Not us sitting in the opposition. But it would not be a bad idea. What we do have within our power is to introduce a private member's bill. Because sometimes life is not always about winning, but it's also about putting it out there that this is what I think and this is the way I want it. But I think I am actually in the Standing Committee for Women and Child Development.
Yes.
And Education. So I will definitely do some brainstorming in the Standing Committee that what is it we could do as legislators.
All right, Sushmita Deb, really appreciate your time here on
Thanks,
NDTV.
Maria.